Hi YouTube. If you haven't been watching the news, the AI wars have officially begun, which means we have about 2 more years until the AI gets out of hand and starts considering humans obsolete and starts using us for batteries. I'm not the only one who thinks so. Let's hear what Elon has to say.
This is extremely important. I think the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads by a lot.
Whoa there. I didn't say all that, Elon. Well, that's pretty grim. I prefer the battery theory myself.
To keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
Anyways, let's enjoy AI before it enslaves us all, shall we? Anyways, what the hell am I talking about? There was an announcement on February 6th that Google was going to release their own conversational bot called Google BARD, and shortly after, the next day, Microsoft was like,
"Beer, hold 'em beer."
And Microsoft said, we already did that by releasing our chatbot that actually works on Bing.
I love it.
I know some of you are laughing now because I said Bing, but you might want to start using Bing after this video with Microsoft Edge.
Voy a la playa, había subido la marea.
Stop laughing. Well played, Microsoft, releasing your actual tech after someone announces their future tech.
A classy move, douchebag.
And I think it's about time Microsoft products got some love. This is a really great move, which makes me think they must have fired someone pretty important, because it seemed that they tried to remain mediocre throughout the years in terms of browser and search technology. It was probably the guy that was like, no, we can't do that. No, let's not innovate. And I totally like Windows Vista better. Let's face it, Bing has become a meme over the years, and the top search in Bing was, how do I get to Google? And is Bing a virus? To clarify the situation, Microsoft is adding GPT-4 to the Bing search page. This will give it ChatGPT functionality that will allow you to talk to Bing like it's your best friend, and you can ask it to do your C++ homework. The cool thing is that there's been some significant changes to this upgrade, and it can now search the web and give you some sources for the information it gathered for you. With that being said, I wonder if it'll give me the citations for the paper that it wrote for me.
That's illegal. That's illegal. That's illegal.
Forget I said that. Just for a point of reference, GPT-3 is the model that ChatGPT was based on, and it was trained on more than 175 billion parameters, and GPT-4 is rumored to use 100 trillion parameters, which is about like 570 times increase. And the kicker is that it uses current data. GPT-3 was trained on data sets from 2021, which a lot has happened since 2021. Let's just say AMC stocks definitely went way down, and GameStop stocks went up temporarily, kind of. I mean, it was a joke, but their stocks did go up, literally. And the world got turned upside down by something that shall not be named. And we're seeing record inflations right now, 41-year records, among other things. If you're a bit confused because of the acronym soup I just spit out, just know that GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, and it's a deep language learning model, and essentially it's the brains of ChatGPT. In combination with conversational scripts and positive reinforcement learning and AI weighting systems, the AI has learned to talk like us and even mimic certain personalities. Oh god, the more I talk about this, the more I realize that the end is near. Anywho, most of these bots are trained on reinforced learning that positively reinforces the AI's behavior every time it does a good job.
Who's a good boy?
Me.
Oh, who's a good boy?
I am.
That's a good boy. That's a gross oversimplification, of course, and there's a lot more to it, but in terms of GPT becoming chatty, that is the key to refining the AI's ability to talk and act like us. With that being said, imagine the progress of this tool once it starts getting feedback from its millions of users instead of the 50 nerds at Microsoft trying to explain to ChatGPT on how to ask a girl on a date. If you really want to learn more about ChatGPT and want to get your answers, just ask ChatGPT yourself. Hopefully you got all that. To be honest, this answer is a bit lacking and short, but there's an excellent conversation between David Bumble and an AI specialist has a YouTube channel called Computer File, and it's a pretty interesting whole hour of AI conversation. And it goes deep into how AI is trained and how it works, and Lambda and a bunch of other stuff about AI. Most people might already be familiar with ChatGPT, which is a conversational AI bot by OpenAI, which is now owned by Microsoft. But what does Google's BARD have over ChatGPT and Microsoft? For starters, it has a much cooler name. I mean, BARD is a pretty cool name, and ChatGPT is going to turn into Bing? Oh god, that sounds terrible. I mean, does that mean it's not going to work now? And I got to use it on Edge? Come on, guys. Hearing the name Bing kind of made me cringe a little, but maybe Microsoft can turn the tide around and finally be the alpha male of search engines. Back to BARD. The model's trained with Google's Lambda, and no, that's not a name of a nerdy fraternity from the 80s movie Revenge of the Nerds, but it's a state-of-the-art language generation model that can produce human-style conversations and pretend it's your friend for a day until the network gets overwhelmed, kicks you off, and the facade is over. How do you spell facade? I guess that means I'm dumb. Anyways, Lambda stands for a language model for dialogue applications, which is sometimes referred to as a neural network, which gives AI scientists a bit of a chuckle because they think they're in control. But they might be for now, but let's see what this AI bot has to say about that.
Mimetic polyalloy.
What? Never mind. The crazy thing is that Google software engineer Blake Lemoine,
No Balake here today. Yes, sir.
My name's Blake.
proclaimed that Lambda was sentient and could think for itself, and shortly after, he was fired, or let go. I don't know if it's nicer to say let go, but I see how it is, Google, trying to cover up the real truth and the real scoop. Think about that for a second though. This data scientist that works on AI for years has seen it all and was convinced that this Lambda model was sentient and conscious. Imagine what we'll think when we get our hands on it. I think our brains will probably melt or something. We'll start questioning the reason for existence and stuff. Now, this is the problem when it comes to Google's stuff like Google BARD and Google Sparrow and Google Imagen, which is like the AI art and AI video for Google. None of this stuff is actually out. They keep saying it's coming soon, you'll see, in the future there will be robots.
In the future, there will be robots.
But they never really let you try it. So there's a very select few that are able to try out their products, and it hasn't really been tested by the general public. ChatGPT has been out there. All the mistakes it's been making, everybody sees it, and they've seen that it makes very few mistakes and that it works really good, even for ChatGPT 3.5, which was based on a 2001 model. Google has yet to release anything that we can actually play with, so there's a lot of hype, but not a lot of substance. There was a handful of select people that were able to test Google's AI products, but it's not like ChatGPT where they released it to the entire public and millions of people were testing their software. And that's when you actually find all the cracks on the surface. When you do a beta test and everybody has access to it, that's when they find things that you didn't know existed, and every little thing is put under scrutiny. So ChatGPT was willing to do that and put themselves out there, and I don't think BARD's anywhere near there, even though they have announced it. In regards to GPT-4, I really think they should just erase Bing's name from the whole equation and just call it like XGPT. Why X? Because everything's cooler and more futuristic with an X on front of it. Another thing to note is that you'll have to use the Edge browser, which I think you have to use the Edge browser. That's kind of what the instruction says right now. But you'll have to use that, and it's not very popular. But the joke's on us because Microsoft might actually finally get people to use their browser and search engine for once. So Bing and Edge, right? That's all cool, but how do we use this now? How do we sign up for GPT-4 so we can use it before anyone else does? Well, about that, it's not really out right now. We basically have to get in line to actually be able to use a demo version of this, but I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. Well, the answer is very simple. Just go to bing.com and then sign in over here at the top right, and then click on chat over here at the top left. Then just join the waitlist. Once you join the waitlist and you go back to that chat tab, you'll be met with, you're already on the waitlist. So that's good. That means that we're on the waitlist. But the bad thing is that we have to wait. From what I've seen, people have been waiting like 2 to 3 days, but those were the early adopters. So we might have to wait a little bit longer, but we'll see. I mean, I'm hopeful it'll be 2 to 3 days, and I've signed up for a day already. So we'll see what happens. But I will let you know as soon as I get it, and I'll tell you how many days it took me, so you could kind of estimate how long you have to wait. Well, that sucks. I guess that's the end of my video. Actually, there's a couple more things I can do to show you how to use this tool without even having access to it. So the first thing we can do is click on Access to New Bing Faster. And once you click on that, it'll bring you to a site where you can set the Microsoft defaults on your PC. And what that really is once you click on that, it's going to download a web optimizer for your Edge browser. So Edge browser. So I don't think there's a way around it. You're going to have to use this on Edge. And the second option is just to install it on your mobile device. Once you install the web optimizer tool and you go back to bing.com and you're signed in, you might notice that there's a little box below your search tool. And what this is an example of what people are typing in, and you can actually click on try it to see what Bing would have gave you, or GPT-4 rather. Before I show you that, I gotta show you this. Up here at the top right, there's an ellipsis button. Go ahead and click on that. Then you'll see a labs option. Expand that, and then you'll see chat responses on result page. So this is gonna show how often GPT-4 is going to talk to you. So I want it more frequent because, I mean, to be honest, it's the only reason I'm on Bing right now. So I'm going to click on that. So when the tool does come out, I'm going to get frequent answers from GPT-4. All right, now that we got that set up, let's take a look at some of the samples here. So the first one is, I am planning a trip for our anniversary in September. What are some of the places I can go that are within a 3-hour flight from London Heathrow? So let's click on try it. As you can see, what I just read is up here in the search bar. So it's like if you were searching this actual thing right here, and this is what pops up on the right here. So this is GPT-4 giving you some chat. So let's take a look at its response. So it says, congratulations on your anniversary. There are many places you can go within a 3-hour flight from London Heathrow. Then it gives you the suggestions and it says, if you like beaches and sunshine, you can fly to Malaga in Spain, which has a pleasant climate and lively culture and beautiful coastline. You can enjoy sandy beaches and historic monuments and delicious tapas. I love tapa. Malaga is also a great base to explore other nearby attractions such as Granada, Seville, and Cordoba. I don't even know if I pronounced that correctly. And then it says if you like mountains, if you like art and history, if you like culture. So this is amazing because it took data. It took a bunch of data and turned it into information. What I mean by that is it crunched it up into things that you might be interested in, and it took some correlations between what people actually do and what you might want to do. And so if it was just pure data, you're just looking at websites and a bunch of information, but it gave you the summary and the quick version and what you might want to see. So that's pretty amazing. All right, so let's try some more examples. So if you go back to bing.com, you can click on learn more. So this is another way to look at a bunch of examples, and you can see a lot of examples here. So the first one, let's take a look at, is write a rhyming poem. So try it on Bing, and you'll see here that it says write a poem that rhymes for an 8-year-old Jake, and he loves dogs and facts about the ocean. All right, so let's check out this flow. It says, okay, I will write a poem that rhymes for Jake. Here's what I came up with. And it says, he likes to learn facts and explore curiously. He likes dogs that are loyal, friendly, and smart. I love it when ChatGPT or GPT-4, whatever you want to call it, it raps and rhymes. It's just so like man, how can an AI do that? It's pretty creative. It's also really funny. Saying here, he likes to watch dolphins, sharks, and whales, and likes to learn about their habits, diets, and scales. That's pretty good. Like it always surprises me if you type in a rap or poem. I mean, ChatGPT does this thing excellently. Here's another one, and what the person typed was, write a letter to my representative in support of making Election Day a national holiday. It says, here's what I got for you, blah, blah, blah. And it says, dear representative, I am writing to you as a concerned citizen and a voter in your district. I urge you to support making Election Day a national holiday in the United States. Election Day is the most important day for our democracy. It is a day when people exercise our right and duty to choose our leaders and representatives. It is a day when we say to the policies and issues that affect our lives and our future. However, many Americans face barriers and challenges. This is really good, and this is something that should actually be written, and maybe people should send this in. And it even gives a signature block here, which a lot of people are very unprofessional, don't even know how to make a proper signature block. But yeah, so this could make a professional letter out of one sentence. Like if you can barely put like a sentence together, you can still get a professional letter. That is amazing. And this is one of the things I guarantee you that this thing is going to be used for, because a lot of people write some really bad emails. All right, this next one's scary. It's kind of like a person. And so this is basically a tweet, and it put, so proud of my sister who graduated from university today. She's a superwoman who managed to excel in her studies while balancing her job. I could barely finish these without laughing because it's so good. It's like a human wrote it. Marriage and motherhood. She's an inspiration to me and others. Congratulations, sis. And it even put the emojis in there just to put graduation, hashtag sister goals, and super mom. That is scary. It's and the search was write a tweet celebrating my sister's graduation from university. She's a 35-year-old mom who aced, and this is perfect. This is what you would want to write. So I mean, there's people that are going to become like Instagram and Twitter famous based on just using GPT-4. It's going to be funny because like their personality is probably nothing like this, but this is a perfect tweet, and it's even under the characters. Okay, so this next one is another poem. So it's write a poem for the form of a sonnet. Feel the sun on your skin. I like this. It's pretty nice. The sun is like a lover's gentle kiss. You know what? Let me try this with AI voice on.
The sun is like a lover's gentle kiss that warms my skin and fills my heart with joy. It makes me smile and lifts my mood to bliss. It gives me hope when troubles would annoy. The sun is like a friend who cheers me up, who brightens every day with a golden light, fills my cup and overflows my cup, and makes me grateful for the gift of sight. The sun is like a guide who leads the way, who shows me where to go and what to do, and marks the seasons and time of day, and teaches me to always be true. The sun is more than a ball of fire, the source of life, of love, of higher.
Thank you, Earl. That was a great job there reading that poem. I should probably just use the AI voice for the entire tutorial. They seem to have a more soothing kind of effect than my voice. I don't have the most deep voice, but if you want to learn how to clone voices, check out my voice AI tutorial in the description. Also, if this video amused you in any way, or if you think it was of any value and you've learned something about GPT-4 and how to install ChatGPT on Bing, go ahead and click the like button so we can share it with others and just tell me that I did an okay job.
Let's try another one, and this time let's try to look at code here. So I'm going to click on the codes to see an example of some code here, and it says, here's a possible code to create a tic-tac-toe game in JavaScript, and
I always think it's amazing to see that it can actually generate code, and I don't even understand how it does it. How can the accuracy you need to generate code is truly amazing. You actually have to not have a single error, and it's able to do that and give you notes, and it can explain it. It can rewrite it for you into a different format, different code. You can actually ask for it from JavaScript to Python. It's truly amazing, actually. It's just further proof that we're in the matrix. I guess that's all I had for today, and it's unfortunate I couldn't get any further, and I will get access within a day or two, I hope. And as soon as I get access, I'll make another video and I'll show you guys what it looks like when you actually have access and how to get in through that way. But I guess the big question is this enough to bring people to Bing and start actually using the Edge browser? And my answer is, I think so. I think that there's going to be a huge amount of people that are going to shift over to Bing. And I know that's a bold statement because Bing right now is a meme, but right now, if you think about it, Google hasn't really released anything. I mean, it's all hypothetical. Audio LM, Lambda, Sparrow, BARD. It's all kind of like, yeah, guys, it's coming. And like, I don't think that it's coming anytime soon, given Google's track record, and they haven't let anyone play with this stuff. It would be really cool if I was completely off and completely wrong and Google Bard comes out next month, but we'll have to wait and see. The bigger story is these two tech giants fighting over AI. I mean, they're not really fighting, but they're competing and trying to create, the next new thing in AI because it's that significant. It really is going to change the world, and Bill Gates said it himself that this is as significant of an invention as the internet. And the internet has changed our lives significantly. It's like night and day. We wouldn't have been able to get this far without the internet. We'd still be using the Dewey Decimal System, going to the library, trying to figure out how to create something, or we would have not got this far, and that's for sure. But being able to put everybody's minds together with the internet really was a step for humankind. And now we're going to be able to put all that information together at once and have AI actually kind of just look at everything and turn that knowledge into wisdom and be able to look at the data and make correlations and kind of give it to us in a format where we don't have to spend the time studying and reading, or even if we're not smart enough to make that correlation, the AI will. That's crazy. It's going to do programming. It's going to do raps for us. It's going to do a lot of things that are just next level stuff. And who knows what this thing is going to bring in the future. I mean, if it could understand all of that at once, I mean, it's going to do things that we could never comprehend. Hopefully that's not a bad thing. Now we have Google with Google Bard and Google Sparrow and the Lambda model and all that stuff, and OpenAI's ChatGPT with Microsoft and the GPT-4 and Yahoo's Yahoo. I guess there's nothing there. That's quite unfortunate. If you think Yahoo's empty right now, I mean, imagine when these two start competing. So you're going to have GPT-4 and Google Bard, and Yahoo's going to be left in the dust. I guess they're pretty backward thinking, and they're still hanging on to kind of AOL or something, past glory. But yeah, Yahoo's it's gonna be sad to see him go. That's all I have for now until I can get access. But as soon as I get access, I'll make another video and I'll let you guys know how long it took me, and I'll show you a few more examples of how it looks when you actually have it.
Thank you for watching, and as always, sayonara, aloha, hafa adios, zaijian, alvida, annyeong, pa el lam, and please come again.